Well, hey, my babies. I hope everything is good. Hoping everything is well. Listen, this episode is going to be a little bit different, a little bit of motivation. I think all of us at some point of our lives need it. And I'm going to ask you some things, okay? And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is, baby, I need you to pick yourself up. And I'm going to give you all the time in the world to wallow in your sorrows, but we are not about to stay down there for long. I'm going to need you to come on and sit up. I'm going to need you to take a breath, let it out slow, and baby, I know it hurts. I know you didn't see any of this coming. I know you gave your heart, your effort, your time, and your loyalty, and I know that you tried. And baby, when life hits you in the places that you were soft, it can knock the wind out of you. Breakups will do it, divorce will do it, losing a job you thought was secure will shake your confidence, sickness can make your own body feel like an unfamiliar territory. Family distance can make you question where you belong. Life has a way of pushing you down to your knees, but hear me clearly when I say this, baby. Your knees are not your grave. They are your place of prayer. And baby, I'm going to also tell you that it's okay to cry. It's all right for you to feel disappointed. It's all right to sit in the quiet and let yourself grieve what you thought life is going to look like, even when Jesus wept. The shortest verse, but so much truth. Grief is not weakness. Tears are not failure, and they are evidence that you are loved, my baby, that you are hoped for, that you tried, and that nothing, and anything that you have experienced or you have been doing is for you to be ashamed of. But we are not going to unpack and live in that pain. We are not going to build a home in any kind of heartbreak, and we are going to visit it, acknowledge it, and then we are going to get up from it. Because you, my baby, you are still here. And listen, I've been getting in my word. I think there is a place where, God kind of just, he knocks a little bit. And he says, I need you to pick it back up. And as long as you have breath in your body, God is not finished with your story. See, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Not just a past, baby, not just a memory of what was a future." And you don't need to have it all figured out today. You just need to get on up. And I also want you to understand something really clear. What knocked you down is not strong enough to keep you down unless you decide to stay there. And pain will visit you, but it does not have permission to take up permanent residence in your spirit. And here's the thing too. So you have gotten through things before. When you think back at it, think about the time you thought you weren't going to make it. The season you cried yourself to sleep. The moment when you felt like your whole world was shifting under your feet, and look at you now. You made it through that. You didn't come this far and let this moment be the thing that breaks you. There's this quote by Maya Angelou that says, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." Defeat is an experience, not an identity. It is something you pass through, not something that you become. So right now, in this moment, I need you to start talking to yourself differently. I need you to stop calling yourself broken. We talked about this before. Stop calling yourself unworthy. Stop saying that you'll never, ever recover. And I hope that you know that life and death is in the power of the tongues. Proverbs 18:21 tells us that. So we are going to start speaking life back into ourselves. And I need you to say with me, even if your voice shakes, that I am still worthy, I'm still valuable, I'm still loved, I am still chosen, baby, I am still here. And listen, getting up does not always look like leaping. Sometimes getting up looks like sitting on the edge of your bed and putting your feet on the floor. Sometimes it looks like taking a shower when you don't feel like moving. Sometimes it looks like sending out one job application. Sometimes it just looks like choosing not to call the person who broke your heart. Sometimes it looks like forgiving someone who never apologized so you can free yourself. Getting up is a process, my baby, and we honor the process, but we don't say stuck. And sometimes what feels like a push down was actually a repositioning. Sometimes God will allow what is not meant for you to fall apart so that what is meant for you can come together. And I know it doesn't feel right at the time, but rejection, my baby, is surely protection. And God closed doors because you need some redirection. I remember writing this quote in a paper that I had written, and Oprah said something. This quote was profound. She said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." That means everything that you have gone through, every tear, every lesson, every moment of discomfort, it was teaching you something about yourself and about your boundaries, about your worth, about what you will accept and will not accept moving forward. See, we're not going to waste this pain. We're going to learn from it. We are going to grow from it. We are going to come out with this wiser and stronger, and we are going to be rooted in who we are. And let me tell you something else, my baby. You are not defined by what you lost. You are defined by what you carry. And what you carry is always resilience. What you carry is strength, even if you didn't want to carry it, baby. All of us got something in us that mirrors strength. What you carry is your spirit that has survived things that should have taken you out. And we're going to do some practical things too. We're going to check on our mind. If you need to talk to someone, I need you to talk. And therapy is not a weakness. We are going to check on our body. Baby, we're going to drink our water. We're going to eat something nourishing. We're going to move our body around, even if it's just walking around the block. We are going to check on our spirit. We're going to pray. We're going to sit in stillness. We're going to read the word. We're going to play some music, surround ourselves with people who speak life into us. And those type of people are not going to remind us of our pain. And I think the thing about healing, what we run away from, is that healing is just not about us being emotional. You got to understand that healing is holistic. It touches every part of who you are. And I need you to remember that you are allowed to start over as many times as you need to. There is no shame in beginning again. And I need you to come here and let me talk to your heart real gentle. You are not too old. Listen, you are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too far gone. There is still life in you. There is still purpose in you. There is still joy waiting to meet you on the other side of this moment. But baby, you got to get up to meet it. And I know sometimes you're tired of being strong. I know sometimes you just wish somebody would come rescue you and carry you through. And sometimes you just wish that God would send you help through people. But sometimes he looks at you and says, baby, I already put what you need inside of you. And my favorite verse, Philippians 4:13 says, I can do things through Christ who strengthens me. Not some things, all things. That includes healing. That includes starting over. That includes rebuilding my confidence. That includes loving again one day. That includes trusting again. That includes walking into rooms that you once felt unworthy of. Baby, you can do this. And I'm going to leave you with this right here. Something that I used to hear the older people say, you didn't come this far. You didn't come this far to only come this far. You didn't come this far to turn around. You did not come this far for you to stop. There is more ahead of you than what is behind you. And baby, I need you to wipe your face, baby. I need you to fix your crown. I need you to straighten your back. I need you to take one step, then another. And if you are tired, I need you to get some rest. But you do not quit, because one day you're going to look back at this very moment, the one that tried to break you, and you're going to say, that didn't take me out, that introduced me to a stronger version of myself. And when that day comes, you're going to walk with a little bit more grace, a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more discernment, and a whole bunch of faith. And I know this was random on a Tuesday, because baby, we only do Mondays and Wednesdays. Tap in on Mondays. With the gentle hours. Every Monday, okay? I'm going to remind you. Every Monday at 7 a.m., gentle reminders is just a space, man. You know, you get up in the morning. Even if you miss it on the Monday, you can replay it on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until the next episode comes. I just thought it was an intentional practice that many of us need to do because we don't take enough time for ourselves. So join me on Mondays. You can listen to it through Spotify, Apple, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And you can also listen to it on YouTube. And this was sitting in my spirit. And I'm one of those people that feels like, you know, when you feel a ushering or something, when you feel a push or something, in the past, I would just sit on it. but somebody out here needed it. And so we gonna commence tomorrow, okay? We gonna commence with another episode, a podcast episode. But I needed to sit this right here at somebody's feet. And they always say don't date a podcast with, information. But if you are in the Philadelphia area, I will be a part of a poetry show. This will be Friday, February 27th. You can go to my website. We just included a second show. Go to my website and get the tickets. I'm gonna that information will be there. Listen, I put this at the foot of someone because they needed this. Baby, I need you to get up. Okay? I just want to share this. I'm going back and forth, but the spirit is kind of moving. And when I get anxious, I get to talking fast and stuff. I can't help it. But listen, I remember 6 years ago being at my lowest. And many times when we feel that we are at our lowest, we can't see our up from down, our in from out. We don't even know how to move. I was so down, so depressed, so lost that I've never felt this way. This was an unfamiliar space. And I've always been the type of person that I can move out of something, whether it was that I immersed myself into work or I happied myself out of something. I'm a positive person. So positivity in that segue did not work for me. Like I actually was pulled by God himself, who had to pull me out of it. But he also had to show me some things. And because it was so groundbreaking, so new to me, all I wanted to do was wallow in my tears. All I wanted to do was stay in that space because I didn't have the strength to even think or to configure what I was going to do next. And I remember this so profound. I actually wrote a poem about this. I remember being in my living room and I was so weak that I had stopped praying, literally thinking that prayers were not being answered. And I remember just being bombarded with that thought. And I was sitting in my living room and I literally got on my knees on the floor and I began to pray. And let me tell you something about that prayer. That was the day everything for me changed. I felt like I felt like I was going like in circles. I felt that God was like taking me into this topsy-turvy, like I was on a roller coaster ride. I felt so dizzy, but I also knew that like I was in another dimension. And I really thought I was out of my mind on the onset of what I was feeling. But I also remember praying so hard and being intentional about what I needed to pray myself out of and what I was experiencing. And that was the first time in my life, in my adult life, that I felt the heaviness of God really pressing on me. And listen, I know this ain't for everybody, right? I know that, God give us free will to believe anything that we believe. But here's my thing. I have been, and this is my honesty, I have been in and out of quote unquote religion. Because there have been many things that have happened in my life where I have questioned the relevance of God. And in 2020, when that happened to me, I knew without a shadow of a doubt, even when there were things that happened to me in the uncourse of my life and God still showed up, I still had unbelief because for me, it had to be so profound. Because even if I got over one thing, it seemed like every time I turned around, it was something else happening in my experience. And many times it had nothing to do with me, not me doing it, but something happening where I was involved in it. And I was always getting my heart broken. And so I was in and out of my faith. But this particular day when I prayed, I was tired. And I don't know if you ever been tired, like spiritually tired, mentally tired, your body tired. But all I could do was pray. And when I came up out of that prayer, I remember the feeling of me like on a roller coaster ride. I was supposed to be dizzy, but when I came out of it, I felt this peace and this relief. And I cried. I have never boo-hoo cried like that after a prayer, but I cried. And I felt the Spirit of God saying that it was okay. And I don't know if anybody has ever been there, but I knew that that prayer was meant, and also the direction that my life had taken was purposeful. And that is why I speak so loudly about change and pivoting and what God can do in our life, because I have experienced it. And this is honestly coming from someone who has gone in and out of perceived faith. When you have gotten to a place where your normalcy is that you have a high and then immediately after that you have a low, you just believe that's how life is. And you stop believing sometimes that there is a God. And as much as I would want to say that my faith has never been unshaken, baby, I would be lying to you. But it was in those moments that God reminded me, number one, of who I was and who He was, the power and who God was. And so I don't want us to wallow in what we are experiencing. Even though we can add up all of the turmoil and all of the consequences and all of the things that have happened in our life, and it seems as if it stretches in the entirety of our life, what I have learned about things as well is that there is always a lesson behind it. There is something that God is showing you. Whether He is preparing you for warfare on the other side, where it is that there is a weakness and He got to strengthen you, my baby. Whether it is that you are naive and things have to come into your life for you to see things very clearly. Whether it is that you just living a life that you don't need to be living, and God got to shake you up a little bit. He got to also remove some people out of your life in order for you to see more clearly. He also got to move some people out of your path, because see, you keep taking what they say as holy weight, and God is trying to move you away so that He can show you the way of His movement. I ain't mean to preach, Lord, let me get off of this thing. I just wanted to share this with you because I have been there. And so many people are stuck in cycles of giving up. I don't want you to give up, my baby. I don't want you to wallow in fear and misery. I do not want you to believe that the purpose of living this life is that you will never encounter anything good. That is not what this life is being lived for. I want you to change the trajectory of your thoughts. I want you to be empowered by the love and the grace that God continuously gives. But I also want you to be aware. Be aware of yourself. You know, before you can discern something or something outside of that or somebody else, you also got to look in the mirror and be discerning of yourself. You also have to use a critical eye when it comes to you. Because see, listen, if we can't be truthful with ourselves, how can we go out in the world and look at somebody else with an honest eye? It doesn't make any sense. So this message was not the podcast episode for a usual Wednesday, but it was in my spirit. And I know that somebody needed to hear it. And many times we don't talk about what we've been through. Many times we don't touch on the subject. Many times we are afraid to be honest. But baby, I'll tell you, I had been in and out of faith, believing, thinking that God was punishing me, when I recognized on the other side that God was preparing me for something. And had I gone through and not been prepared, baby, I would have been a weak vessel. So I'm going to leave that there at the floor. You do with it as you may. Thank you for just this moment. Thank you for this space. Thank you for this grace. Ooh, y'all take a deep breath with me. We need it. And baby, if you are riding in your car, I need you to just breathe. If you are alone in your home, baby, I just need you to breathe. I need you to hold yourself. Yeah, I need you to hold yourself. I don't want you to recognize that everything is going to be okay. I need you to lay all of your burdens at the altar. I want you to pray for your kids. I want you to pray for your mate. I want you to pray for your family. I want you to pray for your friends. I want you to pray for everyone surrounding you, that whether you know they're going through it or not, you praying and you covering them. And then I need for you to pray for yourself. My baby, you have been covered. You have been given some hope. And I hope this sits well in your spirit.